Hey everyone, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be answering your guys' questions about me. So a few days ago, I think maybe a week ago now, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is so unbelievably exciting. Like, thank you so much to every single one of you. You don't know how much I appreciate you guys. But I posted in my community tab asking you guys to ask me questions, anything you want to know about me, about my hygiene collection, body care, whatever, and I'd answer it for you guys. So I ended up getting a few questions on there, so I figured I would go ahead and answer them. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, let's go ahead and jump right on into the video. So the first question is, what is my favorite body care brand? And this is honestly so much trickier to answer than I thought it would be. I literally just spent the last 5 minutes rambling trying to figure out my answer for this, because it's like, I love Bath & Body Works for the scents, and I love their body creams. The shower gels always smell really good, but hydration wise and just body care wise, I wouldn't say they're my favorite. It's just the scents are really good, depending on the scent. As far as lotions go, Palmer's is it. Palmer's is everything, but I've never tried anything else from them. So I don't know, do they do other stuff? Let me know down below. Does Palmer's make body wash? Because that would be cool. That would be fun to try out. And then body wash is Dove. Olay is almost there, but Dove is end all be all. And Dove also makes really good lotions too. I have those the body creams that are in the tubs, the whipped body creams. Those are really nice. And I've tried their cream oil lotion way back in the day, back in college. So maybe it's just Dove. Maybe that's just the answer. It's just Dove. Dove is the best. We cracked the code together. Dove is the best in all areas. Lotion is not as good as Palmer's, but nobody can beat Palmer's in that category. They are the best. But just in general, I would have to say Dove, because anything from their bars of soap, their scrubs, their body washes, their lotions, anything I've tried has been really good. So I think they're just gonna have to be it. I think Dove is the answer. At least today's answer. Tomorrow it could change, but right now, Dove is everything. All right, and so then the next question is, what is my daily routine and how often do I use a different fragrance throughout the day? So daily routine is kind of tricky. It really depends on what shift I'm working that day, because I can work anywhere from 5 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. So it's really hard to have a set routine. But in general, I spray my clothes the night before, whatever I'm wearing to work. If it's a day off, I'll just spray my clothes that day. But it's just one less thing to think about in the morning, and then I can kind of plan how I want to smell, sort of thing. But I'll just lay my clothes out and just spritz to my heart's content. I use probably too much when I do that, but I mean, I've got the collection to be able to do it that way. I'm not being wasteful. I'm using my stuff. But just lay it out, spray it like crazy with whatever mist I want to wear, and then in the morning, that's when I'll do my perfume, and I'll just do a few spritzes each wrist, one behind each ear, and then a couple on my torso. Sometimes I'll do the inner part of my elbow, not always. Sometimes that's just, I'm wearing long sleeves, so it doesn't feel necessary. But that's just kind of how I use my fragrance essentially. And then in the shower, I scrub, I use my body wash, I do all the shower things that I outlined in my everything shower. So check that out if you want more info on that. That was a really fun video. I really enjoyed putting that together. But what was the second part of the question? How often do I use a different fragrance throughout the day? So more often than not, I just stick with the fragrance throughout the day. If I work an early shift, so I'll be home around 1:30, 2 o'clock, then when I get home, because I feel I'm smelly from work, but I'm not ready to take a shower because I've still got so much left in the day, I'll just spritz on another mist, maybe throw on a different perfume, because at that point, more often than not, any scent I'm wearing has already worn off, so it's not meshing with anything weirdly. But if it's not a day like that, if I go in for a shift at 12:30 or I have a day off, then I'll just kind of, I don't really switch up my scents on those kinds of days. And even on like some days when I come home early, I don't switch up my scents. It's really just like whatever I'm feeling in the moment. If I want to continue what I've been smelling like all day, I'll just go back in with more. If it's like a day off and I'm here for a good chunk of the day, I'll just reapply. Just like halfway through the day around lunchtime, I'll come back in here, just spritz on a couple more things of perfume, maybe do just like another light coating of mist. There's really no big fancy science to it. It's just kind of if I feel like it that day, or if I come home and I feel kind of gross, but it's not like shower time yet, because I like to shower in the evening. I'm not a midday or morning shower type of gal. It's just end of day, feel super clean going into bed. All right, so this next question definitely like veers off from the whole body care hygiene side of things, but it's, do I have any fears or phobias? And the answer is a very big yes. I'm super scared of heights. I'm not into that. But like in that same vein, I think it's a specific facet of heights and like unstable structures, or structures that I deem to be unstable, because like a Ferris wheel is a big old no-go for me. A fire tower, like if you're hiking a mountain or whatever and there's a fire tower, cannot climb that. It shakes too much. You can see through like the slats and the stairs. Cannot do that. But put me on top of like a roof and that doesn't bother me. I've literally just like walked around on a roof, no big deal. That doesn't faze me. But unstable structures, or things that just in my mind are gonna fall apart, or something's gonna shift and I'm not gonna be, you know, stable, can't do it. That's too much for me. That kind of height is just no. And then I'm also super, super stinking scared of bees. Bees and wasps. I think wasps more so, because like they sting to their heart's content and they will not stop. Those are like little demon bugs. I hate them. It's to the point where like if there's any buzzing, like a fly in the window or like a fly buzzing around my head outside or whatever, like my heart immediately starts like pounding and I'm just like, it's not for me. Bees are not for me. They're super scary. I'm not a fan. Other than that, I'm not super big fan of like when people are like physically sick. That's never been my thing. It always does that same thing. Like it makes my heart pound and my knees shaky. Other than that though, I think those are the big three. Definitely like bees and heights are above like people getting sick, but those are like the big three. Not fans, would like to stay away whenever possible. All right, and so the next question is, which is the fragrance you would like to come back from Bath & Body Works? So immediately, Wrapped in Vanilla comes to mind. Such a good scent. I just finished the lotion last month or the month before. So pretty. I want another shower gel and another lotion immediately. But also Blueberry Sugar Pancakes is really, really good. And they didn't bring it back this past fall season, so like, who knows if it's gonna come back. But then my heart also goes like Vanilla Coconut. Like there's a lot I want them to bring back. Vanilla Coconut is like the summer scent. It's so pretty. I will say it's in a similar enough vein to Coconut Passion from Victoria's Secret. So like, it's not like a necessity, and I've still got a pretty full bottle. So yeah, there's a ton of different ones I can think of, but I think the top two are Wrapped in Vanilla and Blueberry Sugar Pancakes. Those are just so pretty, so gourmand, so up my alley that like, I would love to have more of them. All right, and so the next question is, was I nervous starting YouTube? So yes, very much so, yes. I'm a little lower now because my legs were hurting, so I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. I'm very much like a quiet, in my lane, shy kind of person. Until you get to like know me and like I know you personally, then I can have like a bit more of a big personality, just kind of, you know, chill, hanging with my friends. But I hate having my picture taken. I hate having like video taken of me. I hate hearing my voice recorded. Hate it so much. Never been a fan, which makes like this kind of thing not make sense. But it's also, it's different because this is on my own terms. Like someone taking a picture of me, I don't know, it's not my biggest thing. But this is something I've always wanted to do. Like literally, I can think back to like little high school Annie sitting on the couch at her parents' place, you know, watching YouTube on her little hand-me-down iPod Touch with like the cracked screen and like hand me down from a friend, from a friend, from a friend kind of a thing. But just, I've always wanted to be part of like this world. I don't know, there's something about it. It's just, maybe it's the introvert in me that finds it so easy to just talk to what's essentially just a tablet in front of my face. Maybe that's a concerning thing, that I can just kind of talk to what's essentially an empty room all day long, or for at any point in time. Like, I probably look ridiculous for sure. If anyone watching me, I'm talking to a tablet. I'm talking to a tablet. Like, you guys are there eventually, but right now I'm just sitting in front of a tablet talking. But, which sounds crazy, but it's literally, it's always something I've wanted to do. And my husband got me this tablet for Christmas, and then it became something I could do. Granted, I could have probably figured out how to do it on my phone, but like I didn't have a computer or an editing point or anything to where I could like make the videos instead of just random clips. So that was kind of like the push that got me to, I can actually do this now. I have a way to make this dream happen. And oh my gosh, I'm really excited that I can do it. And my first couple videos, I remember sitting down to do my first one, the clips, like the background stuff, I tried so many different positions, like in the room in this point, in the room in this point, with the camera angled this way, with the camera, and that was before I had a tripod. So it was literally just like the accordion, like the kickback stand on the iPad. So it was like always tilted, the angling was always super funny. But I don't know, it was a really weird experience doing it the first time, and I've learned so much since. Like, looking back on my first video, which is still on my channel, it's got like 100 views, so not many of you have seen it. I'm not sure if anybody wants to see it at this point, but it's just like looking back on how I started and where I've gotten to now, just like the knowledge I have with editing. I knew nothing about editing. I didn't know about like camera angles or like how helpful a tripod and microphone are. These are like the essential components of my channel. These make everything. It's wild to me that I even do this, that anybody even watches. Like, I don't know. I love it, ultimately. Yes, I was nervous at first, but just kind of pushing through and finding something I wanted to talk about, because I've always wanted to do it, but I've never found my component until I like fell into the body care world, and this is just kind of where I fit, because I love makeup videos. I love playing with makeup, but like, this is the extent. It's some version of this, a neutral eyeshadow, some eyeliner some days. So I'm not meant for that community as much as I love watching their videos. This is more me. So this is where I fit, and I love that. I love finding something that works for me, because it's just one of those things where it just, when it clicks, it just feels good. And I'm sure anybody who's found like a passion of theirs, a hobby of theirs, knows what I'm talking about. But to get back on track with the actual question, yes, I was very nervous at first. I just kind of made myself do it, and I'm so glad that I did that. Oh, and then there's a second part to that question. Sorry, I got distracted by the first part. Best motivating factor for my channel: finding something I love. Something I love to talk about, something I love to play with, something I love to collect. Just finding that something that you enjoy, that you just want to talk about it. Because I can't tell you guys how much time I cut out of videos because I'm just rambling, because I'm just loving talking about it. So that's the biggest motivation for me, is finding the thing you enjoy, which for me is body care. That's just like my step into the world. And from there you can do so much. But that like stepping stone of what you love is what's gonna get you to want to talk about it. All right, and so this next question has like multiple questions in it. So we'll do the first one first and then move on to the others. So, how long have you and your husband been together? So we got married in 2020, so it's been almost 4 years now, which is crazy. It still feels like we just got married yesterday. But we got together when I was 17. So it's been 8 years? Yeah, we've been together for 8 years. And then I met him 4 years before that. And then in like elementary school, like I've known him since I was 8, like known of him since I was 8. And then we met when I was 13. We got together when I was 17, got married when I was 20. We've been together a long time. So I'd say 8 years is like the final answer, but I've known him almost my whole life. So then how did we meet? So we met through a mutual friend in high school, my freshman year of high school. It was like one of the first days of high school I met him. And like I said, he was somebody that I always like knew of because he was in the same grade as my older sister. So like I always had that connection of I know who he is, but I'd never like formally actually met him and interacted with him up to that point. And we just kind of hit it off from there. Like we were friends for a long time. We had some music classes together because we were both like super into music. We did like some plays together, some performances together, and we just kind of, that was our thing. That was our bond essentially. That sounds weird. But that was just kind of how we hung out and got to know each other. And then my junior year of high school, his senior year, we had this performance where we could do a duet. And so it was the two of us and we sang the song together and it was really super fun. I really enjoyed it. At that point, I had like a massive crush on him, but he was with someone else. So it was just, I was loving every second of it. And we were just getting to be friends, hanging out, singing a song together. And it kept going from there. Then he went off to college and we still kept in touch through like texts and stuff like that. And we never let our friendship go away, essentially. We always kept in touch together. And then when I went off to college, that's when we really got close. And then eventually, you know, we started dating and dating turns to marriage and all that stuff. So we met when we were 13, or I was 13. And we just kind of hit it off. So then the third component of that question is, what are your best tips for a great relationship? So first and foremost, you got to be able to work together. Like, you got to be able to compromise, to have each other's backs, to just be compatible in some sort of capacity. Like, the biggest thing that comes to mind for us, like the first example I can think of is like grocery shopping. I work at a grocery store, so it makes the most sense for me to do the shopping portion. But we always touch base with each other before I shop. What do we need? What do we want? What kind of meals do we want this week? Are there extras that we need? Are we out of razors? Like just the whole, you know, we put the list together, at least on the big things. The little nitty gritty things, like it doesn't matter. They get taken care of. But I might do the grocery shopping, but we both cook. If I cook, he does the dishes. If he cooks, I do the dishes. One of us might take the trash out while the other one's doing this. Like, we evenly distribute the things that we can to make it to where we're working together, to where I'm not doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the grocery shopping, all the everything, and he isn't either. We split it as evenly as we can, depending on our strengths, our weaknesses, our time. Like I said, I'm at a grocery store 40 hours a week. It just makes the most sense for me to do the shopping portion because I practically live there. But he's a way better cook than I am. So 9 times out of 10, it's pretty evenly split. He'll do the cooking. If he makes the same thing I make, it always tastes better when he makes it. He's just got that knack that I just don't have yet. I'm working on it. Or doing the laundry. Like, if I do the laundry and he's home, we both fold it together. If he does the laundry and I'm not home, he leaves some stuff for me to fold, so I'm still contributing. Like, just give and take, stuff like that. He cleans the bathroom, I clean the kitchen. We split the chores evenly, or as evenly as we can. He's much better at cleaning a bathroom than I am. I wouldn't say I'm better at cleaning a kitchen than he is, but that's what I get to clean. Like, it's just the way it is. You gotta compromise, you gotta work together. At the end of the day, you're a team. And you gotta treat it like you're on a team. You're on the same page, you're on the same side. So even though we've all got our little arguments, our little annoyances, things that, you know, if he does this, it might drive me insane. If I put a dish in the sink, it might drive him up a wall. Like, we've all got our things. But at the end of the day, we work together, we compromise, we're building this life together So we have to be able to work as a team, otherwise nothing is gonna come of this. All right, and so the last question is, what are the pros and cons of living in Maine? So I live in Maine. I've lived in Maine since, gosh, it's almost 20 years now. So I'd say I know a thing or two about Maine. Biggest con is snow, but that's because I hate snow. If you like snow, if you do winter sports, then snow is a big old pro to you. But I'm not a big snow person. I don't like the cold, so at some point I'm planning on getting out of the state. But this could be pro or con depending on your situation, but I wouldn't say secluded is the word I'm looking for, but it's very much its own atmosphere. So that could be really nice, getting away from like big city life, or just, you know, my town has 2,000 people in it. That's not big at all, that's nothing. But coming from like a New York or a Boston or a Chicago or just somewhere that's just bigger, this is tiny. This is tiny, tiny. So that could be a pro if you're looking for just like a nice, quiet, more mellow place to live. It's also cheaper to live here, at least right now. I'm sure that'll change because everything like that changes. So it's tricky to say pros and cons because I'm a firm, I want to move out of the state at some point. So my life is just, I piece out the cons, but big pro, we get all 4 seasons. And 3 of the seasons are beautiful. You've got the gorgeous foliage in the fall, in the spring. The summers, they get humid, but they don't get above, like, it's very rare that we have a 100-degree day. The humidity is what gets you. So there's that. But it's a beautiful place to live. Absolutely stunning. But at least for me and my life and where I want it to go, it's not the place to stay. It's a place to get started, and then once I've become established in a something, to get the heck out of Dodge and go find somewhere else to be. But New England is gorgeous. Definitely a place to visit. Maine is beautiful. In the fall, definitely a place to be. Super stunning. But at the end of the day, it's not a long-term place for me. So it's tricky to give pros and cons when all I want to do is get out of here. So now that I've been talking for about an hour, those are all the questions that I had. If you guys have any more questions, or if you want another Q&A in the future, leave me a comment down below. If there's only a couple, then I'll just, you know, type out quick answers. But if there's enough, I'd love to do another Q&A in the future. These are really fun. I love just talking my thoughts to you guys and like knowing or giving you guys what you want to know about me. That's really fun. That's really cool. It helps to kind of like build the community a little bit more if you guys know a little bit more about me, which I'm the type of person, I don't like telling anyone anything about me. So another weird concept for talking to a camera, I can just bare my soul essentially. But regardless, if you guys want to know more, let me know down below. I'd love to do more of these. All right, you guys, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave me a like and a comment below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!